feel it's like it's a compliment. I'm like, I'll take it. And it's so funny too, is people always say that he's like, you're such a pretty boy. I never understand, what does that mean? That's how I came out of my mom's belly. I don't do much. I haven't shaved my face in 9 days. I just came out of the shower and I haven't done anything to my hair. I didn't put any product in it. I washed my face with whatever was in my shower. I've never touched my eyebrows a day in my life. And that's it. My body, I haven't gone to the gym. I don't shave my arms or anything like that. The body hair that's on me is the hair that's on me. And that's it. It's like, I always just laugh because sometimes I'm like, well, what can I do to not make myself be a pretty boy? You know what I mean? Like, maybe I have to like give myself a black eye or something. But yeah, I definitely don't want to be like dirty. Some of my best qualities, my determination, I'm very, I'm a hard worker. I want to say that I definitely have a good heart, that I try to make my best to be a good person. I definitely make mistakes. I don't judge people, because I don't want people to judge me. I mean, those are probably like my better of qualities. So, what I'm most proud of is never giving up, absolutely. Never giving up. Because I could have so many times, and I had to push myself and pull myself out of like, just anything, you know? And I'm just so proud of that, like, I kept doing it, you know? Because I feel like there's so many people now that are like, wow, I can't believe you stuck it out, you know? And I did. And I'm proud of that. So. You know? I'm from New York. I'm single because I want to be almost. I'm not looking to be in a relationship. Like, if it happened, it did, and that would be whatever, but it's so hard to explain because my brain is so different than the normal human. The normal human doesn't wake up and tells themselves, okay, like, I want to be at the Grammys tomorrow, and I want to have, you know, a hit single, and I want to be in a movie, and I want to produce a movie, and I want to have my own clothing line one day, and I want to, you know, save the world, and I want to do this, and like, you know, it's just, yeah, my brain works so different than other people, and I could never even, like, go on a date. I don't even know what it would be, like, odd for me right now. I mean, I could. But in my head, I'd probably be thinking of all the other things that I need to be doing, and that wouldn't be fun for someone else, you know? But yeah, if I found someone that was super ambitious like myself, probably that would be maybe a good match, or maybe someone the complete opposite. You know, someone who could make me enjoy smaller things in life and make me see things differently. Who knows? I don't know. So, you know? I don't really think about it. It's like I always think, because I know that's, and it's so funny because it's always so many people's question to me too, like, you know, about dating people, and it's so crazy like that. That's always people's number one concern. So I always think that's the biggest problem, because you spend so much time looking for someone else before you're loving yourself. You know what I mean? And being okay to be with yourself and loving who you are, and then when you find that person, the relationship's going to be so much better. You know? Because you're not like feeling like you're relying on someone else, or you need that other person. You know what I mean? I don't need anybody. If I'm with someone, I want them to lift me. I want them to complete me. I don't want to feel like I have to like bear onto them, or I'm jealous, or I'm this, or I'm that, or I don't want that. You know, so many people, it's like, and like people always like, oh, like you're single, and I'm like, oh, you're dating. I'm good, girl. I'm good. I'm chilling. But you two over there look like you're having a lot of issues at the bar tonight. Just never been like my thing. Even all my friends that were girls and stuff growing up, like ever since I was 22, they're like stressed, like they have to find someone because they have to get married and have a kid. I'm just like, all right, like there's a whole world ahead of you. Like, how could that be the biggest concern of your life? Maria. Oh, I wish I could tell you a story, but it's personal, so I won't. But I texted you before. The fraternity clock. Listen, Janet Jackson is 50 and she just had a kid last year. There's ways now, trust me. And there's also, too, adopting is also a beautiful thing, you know? So. I know your story. Yes, I do. Hey Trudy, so I was looking at some of your comments here. I don't know what I just did to myself. I was like purple for a minute. To Oregon to do a concert, I don't know, because who knows with this COVID stuff. Adoption is an option for affluent people. I don't know much about adoption, so I couldn't tell you. But I do feel like just having a kid in general is more for affluent people, because kids are expensive, and that's another thing. So. But again, this is just my own, opinions on things and dating, and everyone's different. I'm sure, there are people who feel the opposite way, like nothing in life, is, life is not, if you've never had love in your life or whatever, maybe people look at things like that, or like the same thing with kids. Everybody's different. You gotta do you. That's my point. You have to do you. Don't live your life by society. You do you. What you feel you want for your life, you know what I mean? That's it. End of story. If you want to get married and have kids, you do it. Do it. Love it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. It's amazing. What's better than children? They're a blessing to the whole world, you know? But if you have a dream and, you know what I mean, your dream is to go out and, you know, be a doctor or a lawyer or some, I don't know, invent something that's never happened or, you know, then go do that. And you don't have to be worried about marriage. Like, everyone, you know, I always thought that's the problem with the world, you know what I mean? And everyone needs to, like, boast their opinions on everyone. Just do you. I could care less. If I sat with someone that was like, I'm having kids and I'm married, I'm so happy, I'd be like, I'm so happy for you. And if I sat with someone next to me and they were like, I hate kids and I don't want to get married and I want to be, you know, invent, you know, the world's biggest, I don't know, I'd be like, that's amazing, go fucking do it. I'm not down at all. I don't know who said that. I'm not down, Mary. May. I'm not down at all. I'm actually feeling positive tonight. I'm more the opposite. I'm actually kind of an F-bomb mayhem. Well, that doesn't matter. I say the F-bomb when I'm at my happiest and my maddest. I'm Italian and I'm from New York. We have to have some vices here. I'm actually a very in-between person. I always, if two people are fighting, I usually could say, okay, like, listen, but you have to understand what this person's saying. That's how I feel about topics like this, too. That's why I'm like, I'm not sure if I'm with anyone over them. The point is just that you gotta do you, you know? Live your life, that's it. Well, my mom always used to tell me when I was younger, she was like, you know, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't go out, I don't party, I don't do this, I don't do that, and so I'm allowed to curse. And I was like, yeah, amazing. I guess we both have that now. Now that would be the one thing I would get angry on here. If somebody was talking about my mom, see, that would be a problem up in here. Because I have like the best mom in the world. I look like my dad. We have completely different personalities, but I look like my dad. Yeah, no one talks about mom. Like, mom is off limits up in here. I'm not deleting mine at all, guys. I'm not deleting my app. I just came on because everyone's saying that the app is going to be deleted, and so I was coming on basically to say goodbye and to tell everybody that's on here if they want to follow me on my Instagram and join my exclusive Facebook to make sure they do that. So, Mama's boys are the best. Am I really this sweet and handsome? Well, definitely, I don't think I'm not the nicest person in the world, trust me. But when I get to my point, if I'm really angry, I'll lose my mind. So, like, if someone pushes me to the point of that, you see a whole nother side of me that's not on here. But, I mean, besides that, I feel like I'm a decent person. You know? I feel like my friends think I'm, like, decent. Oh, you can't see me being mean? You should have seen me in the airport today. I was pissed. I had a huge fight in the airport. So I travel with the same carry-on luggage all the time. I travel for years. I travel literally 3 times a month, right? So I feel like I'm like a professional flyer. I know what goes on in the airport, right? So I'm walking onto my second flight because I had a layover, and I go to walk on the plane, and she's like, nah, like you can't bring that on with you. So at first I'm like, I was like, is it like a smaller airplane? You know, thinking like, you know, sometimes you go on like the really small airplanes, like you really can't fit the luggage. So she's like, no. She's like, that's not gonna fit. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I go to like grab it, and she's like, no, leave it there. So I was like, oh, okay. So like grab it because I thought I had to like walk it down. I had to be flying because I had to work. And so I go onto the plane, and I see all these empty spots for the luggages. So I asked the woman, I'm like, she told me I couldn't bring mine on, and she's like, no, there's so much room, you could bring it on. So I go back, and I'm like, the stewardess said that I could bring it on. She's like, the stewardess doesn't know. So I'm like, no, what? She's like, your suitcase doesn't fit. So I'm like, yeah, it does. So I go to put my luggage in to show her that it fits. She claims that I had to push it to fit. So she starts like throwing this like fit that it's like a fine. And so she's with like this guy, and he grabs my arm. Now I'm like, bro, don't fucking grab my arm. That's the first mistake. Do not fucking touch me. Second of all, my luggage does go in there. It fits. What are you talking about? So now I have a video of it. So now I'm like, okay, well, I'm videoing this because I'm going to send it to American Airlines, and I took pictures of it. I took pictures of my luggage in it. He saw me videoing, and he went to grab my luggage. So now I'm like, no, the first mistake was touching me, but the bigger mistake was grabbing the fucking luggage. Don't touch my shit, okay? Now, I'll tell you why I was so upset. Because I had a lot of things in that luggage, like my carry-on that I went on the plane with me, because my microphone and stuff was on there, and like it's a carry-on, and I always bring it. So now they're literally telling me it's a fine. It's a fine. It's a fine. What's a fine? Give me my luggage back so I can bring it on the plane. So anyways, she's like, we're closing it. We're closing it. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not gonna miss my flight. So anyways, I let them tag it, right? I get on the plane, obviously I'm still like fires coming out of my head. I was flipping out. So I'm sitting like this, and I'm like, but I made sure I got their names before I left, and I already emailed American Airlines, and I called them, but they didn't call me back. But I will make sure that they call me back, and I'm gonna call again tomorrow, just because now I want to prove my point. And if they don't fix the issue, I'm gonna release the video so everyone can see how they treated me in the airport. That was my American Airlines story. And so when someone says, Kent, does he get mad? I was just mad today. I was just like, it was like, I have a video and a picture of it. It literally fits. I fly with it every month. I've been flying with that same bag for 2 years. And the fact too, like, no one's even at the airport, no one's even on the plane, there's a million things open, like we're in the middle of a world pandemic, and you want to start a problem with me over my luggage? Get the fuck out of here. Go worry about something else. Piss me off. So that's what irritates me, when people just find like the dumbest things. Like, first you should be fired because you don't even know the size that goes in. I was at Charlotte. Yeah, the New York magazine came out when I was like, first, don't fucking touch me. Alright, bro? And then you think you're gonna touch my luggage? Oh, hell no. Oh, wait, are you ready for this? I also took a video, I forgot to tell you this. Once the luggage came out, guess what? The zipper was broken. Half of my stuff was hanging out of my bag. They're lucky that the microphone wasn't damaged, because I would have been, forget it. My Hollywood crush, Jennifer Lopez. Yeah, that was my day. It was kind of funny though, like when I think about it now, just because like how funny I was at the airport, and like all the people like heard me going crazy when I did my little like acting moment. It was like I was in a movie for a second. It was fun. I wish I had the video of like when I was yelling, but I don't have it. But and then it was such a long day, like being up so early. I had to go on this layover. You have to wear your mask all day. It's a lot. People recognize me in public. Once in a while, but sometimes I do laugh with my friends. Like I'll make a joke if I'm walking somewhere, and I'm like, and my friends like, and I'm like, oh no, they know me. Paparazzi's here, like just fucking around because it is funny. But like I bumped into people a lot, like at a mall. I've met people like that know me out on like a beach, like randomly. But it's not like we're Too funny. Yes, I'm always in California because I do a lot of my music and videos there. I'm pretty easy, bitch. I have opened up Amanda for Justin Bieber, Jason Derulo, Selena Gomez, Westlife, Sean Kingston, a bunch of people. Anyways, guys, just because I've been standing for so long and I need to just finish putting clothes on and stuff and going to bed. Jacob Whitesides, I know his name. I'm trying to remember how I know him. Yeah, there's glitches already on the East Coast. I know it. Supposedly this is done tonight. I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, guys, like I said before, follow me on my Instagram at FJ Zulferino. Join my official Facebook group, Frankie's Official Z-Mob. There's a swipe up link on my Instagram stories. We'll stay connected. I'm still going to be singing and dancing, so stick with me on my crazy dream so that when I make it all the way to the Super Bowl, we'll be there together. Because that's I got to take it all the way to the Super Bowl. Can I do it? I think so. I know so. Gotta believe it. Anyways, love you guys so much. And yeah, hopefully we'll all be back on TikTok, but if not, I have a Twitter, but I never go on it. So,